Hey men, Rob Cup here. Welcome to Man Talk Monday. I am just wanting to share with you a few things from my life that are going on right now. One, the main thing is that I'm just really blessed by other men right now. I've just been so thankful that I have other men in my life. I'm usually doing these videos when I do them from Colorado, where I live, and I find myself today in Indiana at the end of a weekend with some old friends. And this weekend, I just felt seen, felt heard. I was encouraged. I'm walking away hopeful and just really thankful and blessed that I had these men in my life. And and that's just happening in different areas of my life. And I know that it's not true for everyone. There is this thing that's like a crushing loneliness that men face. In fact, statistics kind of show that 1 in 4 young men feel lonely most of the time. 15% of men report that they have 0 close friends. Nearly half of men don't get support they need for things like depression and anxiety, even in the middle of their deepest struggle. And I just wanted to, come on here and share with you that you were not made to be alone. Genesis 2, at the creation of the world, when Adam was created, God looked at him and said, "It is not good that for the man to be alone." And it wasn't just that he had Eve. He wanted them to be fruitful and multiply and have kids and then eventually have community. And so you weren't created to be alone, but some of you, maybe you are. And I just want to encourage you with that. There's an old phrase that I learned a long time ago that's really helped me in my life. And the idea was in the phrase, the context of the phrase is, if you find yourself in the wilderness and you're thirsty or you need water to survive, right? That the time to start digging your well is not when you're thirsty, it's right now. Because you need the water. If you're going to get down into the soil, into the dirt, into the water aquifers and bring out water that will give you life, then you need to start digging now and not wait till you're dying of thirst. And that for me is kind of the value of community. Like it's time to start digging to find the friends you need to have the community that you need. I just wanted to give you a couple of stories from my life that I'm really, really thankful for. And I didn't really know I was digging wells when these things happened, but I've maintained relationships over time. 25 years ago, just found myself playing basketball at a rec center. And 2 older guys came to me and said, "Hey, want to have breakfast?" And then we started having breakfast. And eventually one of them, his name is Phil, invited us to continue to have breakfast every week. And so 25 years later, we've lived a lot of life, and we've had this weekly breakfast. Not almost every week. We've met together, and we've grown, and we've know each other well, and we just share life together at breakfast. And without Phil and the other man, his name is Benny, there's so many stages of my life I wouldn't have sounding boards and people to talk to. A couple years ago, a couple of our neighbors reached out to us and said, "Hey, we're going to play pickleball on Monday nights, and we'd love for you to be a part." So 3 other couples and my wife and I started hanging out and playing pickleball and then eating dinner together on Monday nights. And it's been awesome. It's been fun. But on this very trip, my wife called me on Saturday and said, in a panic, like she was going to do something. Our son had called her. He said, "Our basement's flooding. Oh no." And something had happened with our sprinkler system in Colorado. And of course, when I'm gone, there's water flowing into a window well in our basement and flooding our basement. And so I walked my son through how to shut it off. And then I called one of the men in my pickleball group and said, "Hey, my wife's got to do some cleanup. Would you just go in and check on her in the next hour or so?" And of course, he and his wife run over there and help her clean up. And he took charge because my wife was panicking, and just blessed her. And so there was peace and like, wow, like, God, thank you for the life-giving water of friends. I also, in this video is in the context of Braveheart, and 2021, 22, I went through my first Braveheart intensive. And after that, I was invited to kind of join the leadership of Braveheart, and I have 6 guys that have walked through life with me for the last 3 or 4 years, and most of that I have been ill. I've been really sick, and I just look back on those 3 years and go, man, the times I felt lonely and isolated. I had a call with the Braveheart men, and they spoke into my life and loved me and cared about me and didn't need me to produce, didn't need me to do a bunch of stuff for them. So when I couldn't, they didn't need it, and they just blessed me. And so, man, I have this deep well of all these friends, and I just am being regularly blessed by these men who we've developed relationships over time. And so all that to say, like, I just want you to have the same blessing I have. And so I just want to encourage you, the time to dig your well is literally right now. And the water that you're looking for is friends. And in that water, sometimes there's like a golden nugget in the water, or the golden water you might be looking for is a really close friend. Proverbs 18:24 says, a man of many companions may come to ruin. So you can have lots of friends and a lot of people around, a lot of people that are around you, but they might not help you in the times when you need it. But there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. That's what you're looking for. Friends that will be there in a moment of crisis, who will drop everything, who will be a shoulder you can cry on, men who will bless you in difficult times. You need other men to bump up against in life. Proverbs 27 says, iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens another. So you need another guy to sharpen you. And the opportunity is it's spring right now. We're in May. Summer is coming. There's a shift in the seasons coming. And in that shift, you have opportunity. Where I live in the I guess central north of the U.S., winter keeps people inside. It's cold. People go into from their cars to their houses. They're always trying to be in the heat. And the change from winter to spring to summer brings opportunity for us to be more outside, to engage more people. The days are longer. There's more opportunity for us to be around. It might not be that where you live. If you live in Arizona, it might be that summer is the place where everybody's running from air conditioning to air conditioning, and that's okay too. But when there's a change in the seasons, there's an opportunity for you to engage and be around more men. It's an opportunity for you to develop new rhythms, new routines, stop what you've been doing if you're lonely, and start something different. It's time to start digging your well. To find friends and close friends. So how do you start doing that? I wanted to give you a few things to help you start digging your well. The first one is look for opportunities. You're doing stuff already, so you're not just sitting around on a couch. If you are, you get off your couch. That's the opportunity that you have. If you invite other men looking for opportunities, invite other men to do something with you that you're already thinking of doing. Go on a hike, going fishing, doing a job around your house. Like, hey, I need this help with my fence. I need this help with whatever, or I'm going to go over here and help somebody else, and invite other men to join you and see what comes of it. Maybe another man has a need, and you could offer to help and do something that he needs done with him, so that you can be in proximity with another man. Maybe there are already other men in your life, so you can look for this opportunity that you've just gotten used to overlooking, passing by, or ignoring. and you just need to recognize, like, hey, there's men right here, and I need to maybe engage them in a different way. I had a couple men like that. That's why I'm here this weekend. My friends Mark and Daniel are old co-workers. Mark was my boss, and Daniel and I's boss, and we enjoyed working together and being together. And recently, in the last several months, Mark said, hey, I'd like to reconnect with you guys. You mean a lot to me. So we started getting together by video calls and every so often, and then that turned into we should get together. And so this weekend was us getting together, and it was so good to be with old friends that I really hadn't been together for probably 15 years, both of them together. And we just, fed off of each other, I think blessed each other, enjoyed each other, and learned a lot this weekend. And so look for opportunities like that. There might be old people you could call reconnect with. That's one way you start digging your well. Another way to start digging your well is to sign up or join up. Take the opportunity as the seasons are changing to say, hey, is there a sports team for the summer, a softball team, a kickball team, a basketball team, something I can join for the summer, just to be around other men. Maybe you could start attending a men's group or a men's luncheon or something at your church, where you just are in proximity of other people. Maybe you should look at the link below, sign up for the next Braveheart Intensive, which is in October, and maybe you'll meet someone there. Maybe you should, start going to church. Like, I know some of you are like, oh, church, but hey, if you're lonely, maybe you should do something different. That's the point. In fact, you don't even need to go or join or whatever for what's actually happening. Just go where other men are, just to be around other men and to start digging your well. And you never know who you might meet, but you got to start digging. The Hebrews 10 in the Bible says this: let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. So the day of judgment's coming, the end is coming. All the more reason for us to start digging our well, to get in the habit again of being around people regularly. And so I just, sign up, join up, make something happen, start being around in proximity with other men. The third thing to maybe help you build your well is you got to take a risk sometimes. Sometimes relationships are there, but you got to make a move and you got to shift the way the relationship is happening. Ask the question, make the invitation, create a deeper opportunity for the relationship. And you guys, I know, we're just weird sometimes, right? we're squirrely when it comes to this. We don't want to commit. We're not sure how this is going to go. We really don't want to sit around and talk about our feelings, whatever it is, whatever is keeping men from being squirrely. Don't write a guy off if you make an invitation and he doesn't accept the first one or the second one or maybe even the third one. He's just testing you a little bit. And so keep digging your well with him, but also keep looking for other opportunities and other guys to ask and invite and take the risk to join. Let me share one other thing that just happened to me recently. My son plays lacrosse, and he's been playing on the same high school team for 2 years. And so we've gotten to know during lacrosse season other parents. And one of these parents, his name is Brian. So for 2 years, I've gotten to know him. A few months ago, just at games, like, hey, we're cheering our sons on and we're laughing about things. And one day, Brian, out of the blue, calls me, and I'd never had received a call from him. We'd exchanged numbers for I don't even know some reason. And he calls me and he says, hey, let's have lunch sometime. I said, okay, cool. So we set up lunch. It got rescheduled. It got moved. And so, several weeks later, we ended up having lunch together, and we had this enjoyable time, started sharing stories about our lives and where we come from. And at the end of the lunch, Brian just looked at me and said, dude, I don't know. When I met you, I thought you were cool. Can we just be friends? and I was like, sure. And so Brian was the one who took the risk, and it blessed me. And so, we're regularly trying to meet every so often, once a month or something, and just catch up. So that's another way to dig your well. Look for opportunities, join up, sign up, take a risk, make something happen. And honestly, guys, if you're not lonely, you're not one of the guys that's lonely, be aware that other men are, and look for opportunities to engage them. Invite them, someone else like them along. Encourage someone to sign up or join something you're doing. Take someone to lunch and say, let's be friends, because it might really, really, really impact them. So all that to say, you are not meant to be alone. You're not meant to be lonely. You're meant to be a part of others and be a part of their lives. You are meant to give and to receive, be iron sharpening iron, to bump up against other men in life, and for men to be there when you need it. You were meant to start digging your well right now. So take the opportunity, start digging your well, and in days, years, months to come, you will be blessed with friendship, and a community that cares about you. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you soon.